towards
go.
bankruptcy. Things had better change soon.
I think you'll find our prices quite reasonable.
Hi, Jimmy. Back from killing some dwellers? Come on in.
You been up to much lately?
Nah.
Nah, me neither. I sometimes wish I'd joined me dad with a family business.
Why didn't you?
Well, I never saw myself as a sugar salesman. And it wasn't really feasible after I killed him and all.
Oh, shame.
Hey, Jimmy, over here.
I shot that bird till it was stone cold dead.
Jimmy, over here, mate. Don't be shy, Jimmy. Come on over. Hey, Jimmy, over here. Hey, Jimmy, over here. Jimmy, over here, mate.
Roll over, you
Don't be
stupid
shy,
mutt.
Jimmy.
Don't
Come
get
on
too
over.
close. Damn thing's probably got rabies.
All right, Jim, how's things? You been drinking in Brightwall again? Now, don't let anybody tell you drinking alone is wrong. That's some of the best times I've had. Anyway, in you go then, mate.
It's hardly worth killing you.
Jimmy, that really you?
That would
You
be
look
like
different somehow. Were your eyes always that colour?
Nah, Jimmy's got periwinkle eyes like a beautiful summer morning sky. That's not him.
It's not Jimmy!
Who taught you how to hit your gran?
Open the gates! I need reinforcements!
That was...
Bleed, Buggerhead! Bleed! Dodge! Ooh, nice block! What the hell was that? Pretty freaky from over. Got you a good one then, didn't I?
And I've got plenty more musket balls where that one came from.
Jimmy was my mate! Die! Cremation or burial? Actually...
I can tell you can handle a gun. Ooh, what a crack shot! You're supposed to be doing the whacking and smacking, not the other way round.
Bloody magic!
Time for us to put you down, the diseased little fool you are.
Yeah, make the freaking toss-up. Great stuff! Whack him again, lad. This is like carving meat. Gotta be more careful. Good one. Ha! You missed. Where's everyone else? Kill the Jimmy impersonator!
Won't get much off of your corpse.
Not gonna let you knock us around like that! Finish him, boys!
Leave him! He's mine! You've left quite a trail of bodies. You're not one of Sabine's dwellers, that's for damn sure. But you'll die like one.
Well blocked. Told you all that training was worth it. You're not gonna burn me. Now that's what I call a blow.
I'm gonna stuff your dead and use it as a court stand!
Go on, boss! Finish him off! to life, eh? That's a cunning stunt. No, no, no! This ain't good!
Oh! Now that's a great blow!
Nobody beats! Oh, you'll have to do better than that.
Stop! You've won. This battle is yours. Kill me or let me live. It's your choice. And my men will honor it. We may be nothing but mercenaries, but we have our codes, like any other soldiers. We'll leave the dwellers be, no matter what you do. That is a warrior's promise. We were soldiers once, you know. We're not barbarians. Thank you. I won't forget this. Let the stranger go!
You have taken another step on the road to rule. Sparing Saker has won over the support of his followers. Word is already spreading of your compassion and your strength.
momentous occasion, sir. Your first victory in battle. I'm no expert on personal combat, but I would say, based on the fact that you're not dead, you acquitted yourself rather well. It's hard to believe that just a few days ago I was rousing you from a comfortable bed. It would seem that you have completed 2 of the tasks that Sabine set for you. If you return to Brightwall, you will find Sir Walter has some news on how to fulfill the last requirement.
there's a chicken feather in my beer. Is that normal?
Ah, yes, the special ingredient.
Ah, here he is. We were just talking about you.
Indeed, we have made a toast to your stupendous feat in ridding Miss Peak of Saker and his men. They have been a source of great distress for some time.
Nobody will be more pleased than Sabine. His dwellers might find some peace now.
Of course, nobody has suffered more than they.
I've been telling Samuel here about the terrible situation they're in. He thinks he may be able to help.
Yes, well, perhaps. I mean, of course. The thing is, as I was just explaining to Sir Walter, Brightwall has no overabundance of resources itself. The King's levies are rather steep, and we face shortages more often than is comfortable.
But
Were you to improve things around Brightwall, the people would be most grateful. And when people are grateful, they're also charitable. I'm sure they would find it in their hearts to send aid to those poor people.
there you have it. The way I see it. You will need all the followers you can get if you're going to lead a successful rebellion. What better time to start?
I heartily agree with Sir Walter. Pardon me for overhearing. As it happens, I've learned of a promising method for amassing followers. If you'll return to the sanctuary at your earliest convenience, I can show you what I mean. Now, the book says there is an additional rather amazing capability about the sanctuary's map table. It can help you find people who are in need of a hero. An excellent way to gain followers is by helping villagers in need. Take a closer look at Brightwall and I will explain more. You can now see the villagers in need. You can also see how many followers you must amass to impress Samuel and the people of Brightwall. Select a villager to help. By doing so, you will gain the respect and loyalty of others in the region.
You foul, vile fiend! You uncouth wretch! It is tragedy that this fair city demands we must feed this. You, good sir, you who live in such a tumultuous epoch, do you not thirst for the drama and emotion of a properly structured tragic play?
Of course you don't. You want to escape your troubles. You want to be made merry. You want to be amused.
It is no good. We shall never agree.
Ah, if only we could get our hands on Morley's lost play. It would solve all our problems.
Yes, it is said to bring together the opposites of tragedy and comedy in an exquisite marriage of forms.
But perhaps you can find it?
Yes. We beg you, the theatre, the muses, the very heart and soul of this town will thank you. Splendid, splendid! You should know we did commission an elderly detective to search the library for clues as to the play's whereabouts, but he never returned.
The man's name is Ransom Locke, and he's rather closer to senility than one would like, truth be told.
If you come across this gentleman, he may be able to aid you. I believe he is looking for the collected works of the playwright Philip Thorne.
Turn back now, mortal one. Stay away from this accursed Only death and insanity await you. Don't pick it up! No, really, I'm serious. You lot just can't leave well enough alone, can you? Bloody literary tourists, bane of my afterlife. Listen, you. You're not getting my lost plate, you hear? It's rubbish. Worse than rubbish. I mean, what was I thinking mixing tragedy and comedy? I must have been off my rocker.
It would seem, my dear fellow, you have been apprehended by the ghost of Philip Morley. That makes us both his captives. I am Ransom Locke. If the name seems familiar, it is because I was once a detective of some renown. And yet, here I am, ready to live out the rest of my days, trapped in a book. As far as I can deduce, we are currently in a scene from one of Morley's greatest romantic plays, the near tragedy of Oliver and Ethel. I believe if we are to escape, we must act out the scene. But performing is not one of my talents. If I am correct, putting on this costume should set things in motion.
O Ethel, my love, my life, my son, if thou wouldst but give me one sign, one gesture that would speak of your affections, then might I think this grey existence worth living.
Ah, yes, a classic moment in the play. You are Ethel, the beautiful young daughter of a dung merchant. Show Oliver that you love him, and we may be able to leave this scene.
My heart is yours, my love.
Let the heavens and the seas, the toads and the eels sing the song in my heart, for she doth love me, and all is well. We shall meet again in the morrow, my little ferret, and elope into the sunset to live out our days in wondrous joy.
A magnificent rendition. Truly, I applaud you.
I see you are gifted with remarkable literary cunning, but can you really comprehend the depths of my work? That we shall see.
Ah, yes. This is undoubtedly a scene from one of Morley's earlier, funnier plays, Bloodbath at the Royal Court. And this must be your costume. The role of the fool is one filled with tragic depth. It will require a masterful performance.
What fresh insolence is this? Out of my throne, you impertinent buffoon! Stand before your king, and do your jester's duty. 'Tis a troublesome time for this court, and my crown grows heavy. So make me laugh, or I shall have your head.
Kuchiku.
Oh, stop, it's too funny. I believe I'm in the right mood now to meet with those foreign delegates. I think I shall only behead half of them, yes.
I have never seen a more convincing fool. There is hope for us yet.
You handle my royal dramas as well as you handle my romances. But will your versatility extend to the more subtle domains of theatre, I wonder?
Oh dear. Unless I'm mistaken, this is a scene from Morley's notoriously violent historical epic, Titus the Mutilator, Part 2. Which would mean this is the gladiatorial arena from Act 5, where Titus is finally slaughtered by savage warriors seeking revenge. A favorite scene of mine as a child, I must admit. And here is Titus's famous costume. I had some pajamas that looked just like it. Put it on and you will take on the greatest role of your life.
Titus! Thy pox-membered body shall pay for thy monstrous villainy. My son lies dead because of you. Now shall revenge be mine. Cold as your corpse and all the more flavoursome for it.
Do try to make your demise convincing.
Bloody beggar, aren't you, boy? What you doing fighting the likes of us? Ah! Don't worry, just a scratch. Take it off.
You murdering dog! You're gonna dash your brains out for that! Drop you out, Slim! You're ground!
More of my kin lie slain, and yet you live. You have breathed your last sulphur-scented breath, Titus.
Nice tattoo. I think I'll cut it off you.
Too bad for you, I'm wearing my retarded underpants. Oh, that looked like it hurt, matey. Why, he just blew him away like it was nothing. This is gonna be tough. Make a fool out of him.
Next time, hit him before he hits you!
Ready to die?
You're supposed to be doing the whack!
Let's see. Was that some kind of spell?
All my men dead. My vengeance denied. My world undone. I cannot stand to live 1 second more.
A tremendous performance. That's just the ending I wanted to see when I was a young boy attending the theatre every weekend. I wonder what scene will follow now.
Oh, what scene could possibly follow such a masterful rendition of my work? And the way you improvised some of those roles, you brought new life to my words. I stand in awe. You have earned the prize no mortal has ever been honored with before. My missing play. I entrust it to you, for I know that you will do it justice. I call it the Ham Sandwich. A metaphorical title, of course.
Ah, you have retrieved our aged investigator. Happy day! Have you, perchance, found...
This is no time for perchances, Lambert. The play. Do you have it? We're saved, Lambert.
Oh, the joy in my bosom knows no bounds! Thank you a million times, thank you!
His head bosom. It's already working. Comedy and tragedy will at last join hands.
Hark. Bear witness to the tragic futility that is man. Oh, how it doth sear my senses to see paradise and yet to be barred.
That reminds me of a great joke. A guard, a monk, and a chicken walk into a bar. Unfortunately, the bartender had had a mild heart attack that morning, so none of them get served.
And yet what purpose doth heartache serve when the infinite dark blanket that is death falls softly upon our still beating corpse?
That reminds me of another one. A corpse walks into a bar and says, "Can I have a lemonade?" "Certainly," replies the bartender. "I've never seen a stiff drink."
And so endeth our happy sad play, which reminds us we are made of nothing but clay. There's time only for our fool to say...
Great big giant bosoms!
What the hell was that?
Biggest load of old tosh I ever saw. It didn't even make sense.
Worst play ever.
A refreshing...
I'm beginning to understand why Philip Morley never published this particular piece of work in his lifetime.
Indeed, it is too far ahead of its time. Perchance one day a civilized...
I have no doubt that the people of Brightwall will end up following you. Merely show them. There are new trophies on display in your trophy room. I decided that was the most appropriate place to put them. If you don't spend your money, it will accrue here in a sort of golden heap. I've been racking my brain, but no solution has yet presented itself. I am here for you. I shall follow your lead. Approach any item, and I will do my best to encapsulate it. The lectern contains a record of all your recent transactions. If you don't spend your money, it will accrue here in a sort of golden heap. Why not treat yourself to something new? I am The armory is at your disposal. That is a gauntlet, a device which allows a hero to channel magical energies to... You've acquired a new suit. I would say it's the best mercenary uniform that money can buy, which is a bit ironic, really. Anyone can dress as a prince, but no one pulls it off quite as you do. Reconsider, have you? Very well. You know what would go perfectly with those gloves is a riding crop or a... Generals use them to point to maps. Swagger stick. That's it. Swagger stick. Swagger stick. Such a deliciously staccato... Nice glove. Ah, the dweller suit. Very good. Bit chilly, are you? If you're not too busy, you might have a look in the sanctuary shop. I believe something new has been added. You are faced with a new challenge, I see. Will you rise to meet it?
What do you think, guys?
Nice. Frame with frame. I guess the most gifted poet of our age doesn't own a thesaurus.
That's great.
Welcome to the sanctuary. There is new clothing available, I see. Reconsidered, have you? Very well. You need more followers. Try...
Oh, this is terrible. Somehow the gate got open, and all of my chickens have escaped. I don't know how they did it, those chickens, and maybe I never will. Chickens are extraordinary. Right, you'll need this. Contrary to what most people think, chickens are very, very crafty. They won't fall for any of that. Come here, chicky, chicky, I've got some lovely treats for you.
I just feel so depressed.
Yes. Count yourselves lucky. He doesn't take much interest in Brightwall.
Seem to be some kind of killing machine.
We've enough grog to drown a hog.
I used to open myself to the world when it was different, happy, prosperous, peaceful. But that world is gone, and today's is a tragic and horrible place. I find myself feeling protective, sad, closed off. Is there anything left that is not evil and corrupt or broken and miserable? Anyone who is still innocent, pure, happy? The sight of one such person, no matter how small, would do so much for my spirits. I would open myself to the world again. Is there anything you could show me? Anything you could create for me? I fear that I shall never look upon beauty or innocence again. Are you married? Perhaps the two of you together could create something beautiful and pure? I fear that I shall never look upon beauty or innocence again.
Ah, hello.